This is reposted.
All right, Mr. Keller, I feel like you have some pretty solid water strategies. So I'm super excited today to get into the quote from Lauren Isley. If there is magic on this planet, it is contained in water. Tomorrow, by the way, we're going to talk about air. Water covers 3/4 of the planet. Our body is made up of 65% water. You can almost go a month without eating, but only 3 days without water. Tell me about your love of water, Mr. Keller.
I mean, water is there. It's my fix for everything. If I'm in a bad mood, I drink water. If I feel sick, I drink water. I mean, I think 99% of things can be cured by drinking a lot of water. I used to get migraines when I was a little kid, and it was debilitating. I'd get them like 2 or 3 a month, and it would be so painful. I'd throw up. And I finally figured out that it was dehydration mixed with lack of sleep. And so if I ever feel them coming on now, I just pound a bunch of water and try to go lay down. It's been a couple of years since I had one of those, but that's it.
I did not know about the bad mood thing. When you're in a bad mood, you just drink lots of water.
I mean, it fixes everything. The only thing that it might not fix is if you're cold, drinking cold water doesn't help. But yeah, also every nutritionist, every doctor just tells you to drink more water, and most people don't. One thing that you can use as a metric is a happy mountaineer pees clear, an unhappy mountain fellow pees yellow.
Well, I definitely have not gone to the doctor, and my doctor's not like, drink less water. He's always like, drink, or she is always drink more. And that's kind of, if you Google this, which I did, there's so many different theories on how much water you're supposed to drink. And I just want to quickly go back to the Serengeti, the original human being sitting there. He didn't get to drink water all day long. I don't think our bodies were designed to sit. It's only been in the last, 80 years, not even that we've had this faucet where water comes rushing out and we could drink it whenever we want. The Romans had it, but it still didn't come out like at a faucet.
Also, the life expectancy on the Serengeti was like 25, and now we live into our 80s. So I think water has probably been helpful.
No, it's a good point. I've definitely gotten on the water kick in the later part of my years. Here's the thing about drinking water. I try to go heavy in the morning. You just have to pee all the time. Like, you're just urinating constantly.
Right. But that's a reminder. Every time you go to the bathroom, it's a reminder that you're doing things right and that your joints are going to be more supple. You're going to digest better. It's also a way, it cures hunger. If you're hungry and you drink an 8-ounce glass of water, you're going to be fine. I want to go back to what you said, that people like to look for a prescription on what they should drink. Like, if you weigh 150 pounds, you should have 150 8-ounce glasses of water every day. Like, whatever they are, I don't think there's a right and wrong way to do it. For me, I drink a bunch of water first thing when I wake up. Some people want to drink water throughout the day, but I don't know. It's just, I tell anyone that complains about anything, just drink some water. Nicole hates it now. She doesn't complain about anything because I just tell her to drink water.
Because when we used to go to work and I used to be at places, I loved the big sparkling jugs. I've lived in places where the water didn't taste good, and it was great to drink water at work because it was filtered and nice and everything. But once again, I feel like I was going to the bathroom like every 5 seconds, which you could take as a good or a bad thing. Anyways, we got one of those we call it bubbly water in my house, filters where you can put the air, and it feels like you're almost drinking an entirely different drink just by putting bubbles in the water. So there's like another way that I kind of consume water in the second half of the day with gas in it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a completely different element added to the equation, so it is different. You're putting some carbon in there. You still have oxygen, but it's carbon.
So one of the things that I have a friend who's a city planner for a pretty big city down in Southern California. He is always telling me the number one issue going forward in the future will be water issues. Where will water come from, specifically in the West Coast? How are we going to get it from the Colorado River to wherever we're going? And it always makes me think, like, I got 3 kids. They take some long showers. I just hate when they waste water that much. Do you take like 5-minute or 10-minute, 20-minute showers?
Do you not know what I do with my showers?
You do the ice shower.
Would you want to be in an ice shower for 20 minutes? No.
But have you always been that way? I could assume after football practice, you probably took a long shower.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I'd take real long showers, and that was nice. I mean, we could look at the freeze in the Midwest on how important water is, like how much you take it for granted. Most of the state of Texas had issues with their pipes freezing, or the water treatment plant in Tarrant County, which is where Fort Worth is, wasn't working. And they're like, hey, residents, even if you can get water, boil it because it's not going to be potable. So I think water's kind of like air in the fact that you just take it for granted. And when you're without it, it's devastating. So, I mean, that further proves, I don't think we're breaking any news here on how good water is, but I think people try to go towards other drinks.
It's so good. No, I just say when someone says like, oh, I took a long shower, I'm like, well, how's long? You took a 30-minute shower. I'm like, God, it just wasted so much water.
It's a huge waste of water. Another thing that I did one time just to see was your comment about how you don't need food, but you do need water. I did a 3-day fast and I only drank water, and it was surprisingly easy. Like you get over the hump after about 8 hours, but I made it a little over 3 days, and I was like, well, I should probably start eating now. And I probably could have gone longer. Water, just drinking a lot of water, you could do anything, Larry.
Could I fly?
Yeah.
If I drink enough water, I'll fly?
Yeah. Originally, did you know that Santa Clara was originally USC, and the University of Southern California paid them to get the name USC? And water was originally the beverage that gave you wings, but Red Bull purchased that license. And so we can't use that for water anymore, but it will make you fly.
Is that a truth story?
It's a truth story. Well, if you believe I can make you fly, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for Jack Daniels, saying thanks for stopping by.